Today we're going to show you an acrylic paint that is truly unlike any paint you may have tried. And this is not just talk, and it's more than just a subtle difference in the quality of the paint. For many people, this paint can be a game changer. Open slow-dry acrylics are unique in ways that will have you rethinking acrylic paint. Open acrylics have at least 4 clear advantages over regular acrylics. The magic is all in Open's slow-drying properties. Where regular acrylics can dry exceedingly fast, often too fast for outdoor painting, Open dries around 10 times slower than regular acrylics under similar conditions. Anyone who uses regular acrylics knows that you always put more paint on your palette than you will need to complete your painting. And all that paint can go to waste at the end of your painting session. There is no way to get it back into the tube. So using a palette with a lid like this shallow storage container allows you to keep Open acrylics wet for weeks and even months. This has a couple clear advantages in addition to reducing waste. One is you can mix colors on your palette and they'll be available from session to session. And for plein air painting, you can set up your palette before you go out to paint. So you don't need to carry all your tubes. So make your setup lighter and it'll save you time. Open colors are not as firm as most heavy body acrylics or oil paints. So you will want to keep this container flat rather than tossing it into your backpack. But this is a great segue to the next obvious example of what makes Open unique. Now, you may like to work fast, which is great. And with regular acrylic paints, especially painting outdoors in the sun and wind, you really don't have a choice. But with Open, you can relax and enjoy the process of painting, even the part where you change your mind and want to remove paint from the surface. Even when Open tacks up or is dry to the touch, you can scrub off the color using the Open thinner. That is unheard of with regular acrylics, so it's a lot more like oils, except the thinner isn't something flammable or smelly like terps. Open thinner can work similarly to turpentine in oils to loosen and remove layers of paint before they've cured. You can use the Open thinner to keep your paints wet on your palette when working outside in the sun and heat. Open gives you some time to put on a little more sunscreen or take a longer look at your subject. Now, Open is great if you're in Tucson or Santa Fe where any paint will dry fast. But if you're working somewhere very humid, Open might even dry too slow. And that's where the advantages of using an acrylic paint really kick in. Open is compatible with all regular acrylic paints, and the entire Open color palette is also available in heavy body color. So you can mix these two types of acrylic paint to get just the right drying time for your environment and style of painting. This also means that you can complete your underpainting quickly with regular acrylics, then leverage Open's slow drying quality to complete your painting on top. Open behaves similar to oils in your ability to blend and create soft color transitions. What you don't need to worry about with Open is fat over lean or smelly solvents. You can use soap and water to clean up your brushes and your hands. If you paint reasonably thin, your painting will probably be dry to the touch before you have to pack it up. Another way that Open is easier is how affordably you can try Open with our landscape set. This landscape set has 7 colors in 22 ml tubes, 59 ml titanium white, and a 30 ml bottle of Open thinner. These colors were chosen for their versatility in landscape painting, but you may want to augment your palette with one of over 70 other colors available in Open, depending on where you live. You can start your painting quickly by underpainting with a wash of Open color and water, because water tends to accelerate drying. And you can block out or tone your surface and be ready to paint in a few minutes. We don't recommend Open thinner for this step, because it acts as a retarder and may compromise adhesion or remain tacky if used more than 25% mixed with color. From there, you can begin to define the landscape using the paint at full strength, starting with the softer tints and edges to suggest the most distant elements of your landscape. There are some great plein air painting techniques. The most important thing to know about Open is that it works with most of them, but without the fumes and solvents of oil paints, and canvases you can touch in a few hours rather than a few days. With Open, you can break with tradition and still make art that is timeless. Paintings created using Open will stand the test of time, but give you more time in your creative process. Thank you for watching.